This is the Taylormade Qi10 3-wood, and it has 96 different settings, 12 different loft sleeve options, and 8 different weight positions. Now, theoretically, that means that this 3-wood should be able to be dialed into anyone's game. But how much of a difference do each of these settings actually make? Can this 3-wood save you from slicing it off the tee? Can this 3-wood help you hit it further off the tee? And if so, which option is best for your game? That's what we're here to find out. I am going to be putting this thing through the ultimate test, and hopefully by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to set up your own 3-wood. Let's get into it. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not going to be testing every single one of the 96 settings. I do like to hit a lot of golf balls for these tests, but not that much. What I am going to do though is test the extremes of the options to see how much of a difference they actually make. The goal for this video is to help you understand how to set up your own 3-wood, be it a Taylormade or any other brand. Because most 3-woods by most manufacturers have the same loft options available to them. So with any luck, this video should be useful for any 3-wood with an adjustable head. First things first though, what options do we actually have with this Taylormade Qi10 Tour 3-wood head? If we look at the sleeve to start with, we've got 7 different loft options ranging from plus or minus 2 degrees. And then we've got 5 different loft options from the upright lie angle. So in a standard 15-degree head, we're looking at loft options that go all the way up to 17 and all the way down to 13. And if we are struggling with the right side miss, then the upright lie angle can help us straighten up that ball flight. So definitely a lot of options in the sleeve, but what else does this Qi10 Tour 3-wood have to offer? Well, at the bottom of the head, we've got a 50-gram weight that can be slid all the way into the head and all the way out. Right now, this is all the way out. In this setting, we're going to get high launch, high spin, and more forgiveness. And if it was all the way in, we'd get low launch and low spin. And when you start mixing and matching all of these weight options with the loft options, you can really start to dial in the exact ball flight you're after. Now, I'm going to be testing 6 of the most extreme settings available to us with this head, starting with the standard loft option with the weight in the middle of the club. From there, I'm going to go up 2 degrees, and then I'm going to go down 2 degrees, and then finally into the upright lie angle setting. All of those loft options with the weight in the middle of the club. And the final 2 options are going to be with the standard loft with the weight all the way in and with the weight all the way out. I'm going to hit 20 shots with every single one of these settings. So I'm going to be hitting a lot of shots for this test. And by the end of this test, we should have enough data to understand how much of a difference each one of these settings actually makes. And with any luck, we'll have all of the understanding we need to dial in our own 3-woods for perfect performance. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with every single one of these shots. Here's a little montage, and I'll be back in a second with all of the results. Okay, testing done and results are in. Let's see how much of a difference all of these settings actually have on ball flight. The data points that I'm going to focus on for these results are carry, total distance, spin, vertical launch angle, peak height, and offline miss. As a reminder, the first set of results are going to be for the standard lie option at 15 degrees with the weight in the middle of the club. For this setting, I was getting a carry of 229.9 yards with a total distance of 247.2 yards. Backspin was 2,692. Launch angle of 13.5 degrees, and a peak height of 82.5 feet. The average miss with this setting was 1.2 yards left. This video is all about finding the differences between the settings that this club offers, but what I have found is that the Qi10 actually carries a little bit lower than what I do with my current 3-wood. Right now in the bag, I've got the Taylormade Sim Max. This is about a 4 or 5 generation old 3-wood, and it still seems to be performing pretty damn well. I'm getting longer carry with it, I'm getting higher ball flight with it, and I'm getting higher spin with it, so it's more forgiving. But anyway, you're not here for a review. Let's get back into these results. Next set of results are the 2 loft options, up and down from standard. By changing the loft, you're adding and taking away around 1.5 yards of carry. The total distance is changing slightly as well, well, but the biggest changes can be seen in the spin numbers and ball flights. We're able to change the spin number by about 2000 RPM and the ball flight changing by about 15 foot. These numbers don't sound huge, but visually out on the golf course, you will definitely notice those peak height differences. Also, when you change the loft on these clubs, you're changing how the face actually sits at address. You can close or open that face, which is going to help you control your miss. Increasing the loft closes the club face, and I'm missing that little bit further left because of it. Lowering the loft opens the club face, and that has helped me miss a little bit further right. It is very interesting to see these changes take effect simply by choosing a different loft sleeve setting. I think you guys at home can now understand why this is such an important thing to understand. These different loft sleeve options can really make a difference to how you perform out on the golf course, and it's important to understand how these settings can help you. The setting that had the biggest difference on direction though was the upright lie angle. With the club in the upright lie angle position, I managed to move my miss 6.6 yards further left. This goes to show that if you do have a right side miss, if you are fading it or even slicing it, putting this club in the upright position can really help you straighten that ball flight. 6.6 yards is a pretty big change in direction. The final two settings we're going to add to this table are the settings where we move the weight. The idea of this movable weight is to change your ball flight and your spin numbers. And because this weight is so heavy, 50 grams worth of weight, it can really make a difference on both of these numbers. When it comes to spin, there's a massive 400 RPM difference between the high position and the low position. High being with the weight all the way out and the low position with the weight all the way in. On top of that, there's a huge 20-foot difference in peak height. We're not changing the loft with this setting. This is a standard 15-degree loft, but all we're doing is changing the weight position. And that weight position is having a huge effect on ball flight. This weight setting test might be a little bit more bespoke to this club. After all, not all manufacturers are offering a 50-gram weight at the bottom of their clubs. But it is very interesting to see how much of a difference this weight can actually have on ball flight. I have one more test that I want to run though before I end this video. I want to try this club in the least forgiving loft setting with the most forgiving weight position. Can this club be turned into a forgiving distance monster? So I hit 20 shots again with this setting, and I think I quite liked it. The carry number at 230.6 yards and the total distance of 248.9 yards doesn't quite make it a distance monster, but it is pretty much the average of what we were getting throughout the whole test. The spin number is a little bit on the lower side. The vertical launch angle is a little bit lower than standard, but the peak height is just that little bit higher. In windy conditions, this club in this setting is going to be pretty good. Where it has really helped me is in my miss. Usually I've got a bit of a left side miss in my bag, but with this setting, with the 13-degree loft, it opens the club face that a little bit more. And on average, this setting was missing 1.1 yards right. So this has really helped me straighten up that ball flight. The lower loft is keeping this ball flight under the wind. The weight all the way to the back of the head is helping me increase my forgiveness. And that slightly open club face is helping me hit the ball straighter. Hopefully this video shows just how important it is to try these settings for yourself. Just by doing this test, I was able to dial in a setting that is perfect for my game. And with any luck, you guys should be able to dial in your own 3 woods at home. Guys, thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you're still here and you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put data-driven content out every single week designed to help you understand the game of golf more so you can get better. If you like this 3-wood optimization video, then make sure you click on the next video on screen now, which is all about optimizing your driver. If you look through the comments on this video, you'll see that a ton of people have gained a lot from this video, so make sure you give that one a watch as well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week for another video.